Boy, it feel like it's been eons since I sat down and just taught me some basketball. Definitely ain't did this since the beginning of free agency. All the FIBA hoops, skipped it. Other free agency moves other than the Dame joint, skipped them. Preseason, definitely skipped that. But regular season NBA basketball has finally returned. And all in all, I thought opening night was pretty solid. I'll go ahead and start with the conference finals rematch because I thought that was the better game, to be honest. Jokic and the Nuggets once again thraxed the Los Angeles Lakers. And honestly, they just got them boys down to a T at this point. The Lakers was trying to throw different things at the Nuggets, but the Nuggets always seem to be able to adjust and take advantage. And obviously all that start with Jokic. Another slight triple-double, stupid efficiency, just getting whatever he wanted to. Jamal Murray and KCP also had pretty solid games. And honestly, they ran a lot of different actions surrounding those three. My favorite being this double screen type of thing they would do with Jamal Murray and KCP into this handoff with Jokic. They busted that out, I think it was a couple times straight in the fourth quarter. And if I can remember correctly, on one of those plays is actually how Jokic set up MPJ in the corner for his singular three of the game. I don't know if he only made one, he was just missing a lot. But for Denver, the starting lineup was still elite. They ain't the problem. And I ain't saying that to insinuate that they bench was a problem last night, because it wasn't. But it could be moving forward. Obviously, they lost a couple guys in the offseason, which has been well documented. And even though they ain't no star players, losing those kind of glue guys that can do a little bit of everything can potentially hurt your rotation. Now, personally, I've been real high on Christian Brown. I like what he brings to the table, and I think he is capable of more. But it's going to be up to guys like him, Reggie Jackson, Zeke Najee, Peyton Watson, all guys who were pretty solid last night. If they can consistently contribute at a pretty high level and allow Denver to stay in that 9 to 10 deep rotation like last year, they got a solid chance at repeating. And as for the Lakers, I'm going to go ahead and just get Anthony Davis out the way. I am highly disappointed. I have some pretty wild agendas that I can't wait to push about Anthony Davis. But when you putting up 0 points in the second half, my brother, there's nothing I can say. Obviously need a lot more from me. First half was quite excellent. Not saying I needed another 17 points per se. That's a bit OD to ask. Even still, 0 points is diabolical. All things considered, Uncle Brown was quite elite. To put up the numbers he did in his limited minutes, I can't be mad at him. And it was confirmed after the game that Brown gonna be on a 28 to 30 minute restriction this season. And the fact that we doing stuff like this is another indication that we are in the end times of LeBron James. I could shed a tear, I ain't gonna lie. To focus on more of the good, Taurean Prince and Christian Wood were pretty good in their debuts. Taurean Prince really been waiting on this opportunity to play with Brown his whole career, and he showed that, knocking down a lot of big threes. And Christian Wood just did what he do. Score. That's it. And some bad. D'Angelo Russell once again was horrid. He's still my dog. You know, he's one of my favorite players in the league. I don't know why still, but that's my guy. But it's pretty hard to defend him. He kind of sucks. And Austin Reeves wasn't amazing either. He was high. Hopefully we'll get to see more from him throughout the season. My biggest issue with how the Lakers played last night, though, was how stubborn they were to play Jokic one-on-one. That's something that we know for a fact cannot work at this point, and they did it a little too much for my liking. Now, obviously, I know Anthony Davis is Anthony Davis, but even he can't stop Jokic one-on-one. He had a couple moments where he got his wins defensively, but overall, Jokic was having his way with him for real. I understand the fear of doubling Jokic and leaving shooters open, but bro, you can't just let him tee off on you like that. I think they got a little too comfortable in that third quarter because for like the first 7-ish minutes or something like that, Jokic ain't score, and they thought it was sweet, so they kept rolling the dice. It ain't work out too well by the end of the game, obviously. All in all, though, good performance by both teams. Nothing to hang your head on. It's the first game of the season anyway. As for Phoenix and Golden State, Phoenix is cool. Now, obviously, they was missing Brad Beal, which takes a lot away from their offense as he can play on or off ball. But even without him, they look pretty decent. They went away from all plays quite quickly in the game because they did a couple cool things early on, and then they just start chucking shots. Which, whatever. Devin Booker was on one from the jump, cooking whoever with some pretty tough ISO and pick and roll buckets. Kevin Durant was bad. You know, it's year 17. It's just game 1, so I ain't gonna say nothing crazy. But hopefully it's not that time. Golden State was playing them pretty well, real physical with him at all times. But at the end of the day, he did miss a lot of shots we very used to seeing him hit. Josh Okogie was marvelous. Nurkic was pretty good on all fronts. Thought he destroyed his shoulder at one point. I was finna be pissed. But I really want to talk about Golden State. They who intrigue me. Gotta start with Uncle CP3. All things considered, where he at in this point of his career, I think that was quite the marvelous game from him. 14, 6, and 9, I believe. He really could have had more than 9 assists. He was setting guys on that second unit up left and right. They was just blowing their opportunities, to be honest. And scoring-wise, you know, a couple good middies, some cool layups, Look, I thought he performed great, and his impact obviously extends past just the box score. Now, when things gonna get interesting is whenever Draymond come back, it's likely gonna put CP to the bench. And that in and of itself ain't a problem, because I really like him leading those young guys and setting them up in their spots to succeed. Where the issue could come is, are they gonna actually convert those opportunities? I'm interested to see it, because with Moody and Sarge, you got more spot-up guys. Gary Payton's a guy you set up on the cuts or maybe in the corner. Jury's still out on Kuminga. Apparently, he's supposed to be the guy they want to ascend this year. We'll see. But I do like having such a great point guard in Chris Paul lead those guys, because none of them are shot creators on their own. Steph Curry was cool. I thought they kind of held him back some in moments. I don't know. Like, it's Steph Curry. You just got to let him work out. But I don't know. He was straight, though. Again, though, pretty solid performance from both teams. Really, every team involved in opening night was pretty solid, and it made me so much more excited for what's to come this season.